guilty. On count 4, the verdict, assault in the first degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 5, intimidation in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 6, intimidation in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 7, unlawful use of a weapon, the verdict is guilty. On count 8, menacing, the verdict is guilty. On count 9, intimidation in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 10, assault in the second degree, the verdict is guilty. On count 11, unlawful use of a weapon, the verdict is guilty. And on count 12, menacing, the verdict is guilty. Is that an accurate reading of your verdict? Okay. So the law does allow us to poll the jury to ensure that it is a lawful verdict. And so what I will do is go through each count and ask you as a foreperson whether that was a unanimous verdict. If it was a non-unanimous verdict, then I will need to do an individual poll. So on count 1, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 2, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On the count 3, attempted murder in the first degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 4, assault in the first degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 5, intimidation in the second degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 6, intimidation in the second degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
On count 7, unlawful use of a weapon, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
And count 8, menacing, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
And count 9, intimidation in the second degree, was that a unanimous verdict?
Yes, it was.
Count 10, assault in the second degree, was that unanimous?
Yes, it was.
Count 11, unlawful use of a weapon.
Yes, it was.
And count 12, menacing.
Yes, it was.
And the jurors agreed that that was a unanimous verdict. Based on your verdict, actually that means that there's actually, you have a little bit of more work to do. So this may come as a surprise to you. But in addition to having the right to have a jury make decisions on whether a person should be found not guilty or guilty, a defendant also has a constitutional right to have a jury make findings of fact on what we call sentence enhancement facts. So based on any of those facts that you find exist, those could potentially serve as a basis for an increase in the sentence that is imposed. Your jury instruction that you should not consider the sentence imposed, what sentence might be imposed if you did return a verdict of guilty, that remains true, but you do play an important role as a jury in determining what facts that I can use later on when I make the decision on what the sentence should be. So we will be having an additional hearing, and what I will do is consult with the attorneys regarding the scheduling of that hearing. And before releasing you today, we'll inform you of when you will be needed. You will not be needed past your current termination date of your service, which is February 28th. So we're looking at our hearings being next week, but I'll confirm with you exactly when that will be. So thank you very much for your service and dedication to the case. Mr. Linderholm will escort you to the jury room, and then we'll get you scheduling from there. Please try the jury. You may be seated. And for the sentence enhancement facts hearing, will that be Tuesday?
We thought about discussing legal issues with the court on Tuesday, but, and I guess, yes, Tuesday afternoon for a brief state's presentation, Judge.
Okay.
That makes sense, Judge. Since the time we last spoke about this, I was unable to get a response from our expert regarding his departure time following this. So I think better safe than sorry, and Tuesday afternoon would be a good time to start.
Okay, so I will, I'll sign a minute order, noting that the court did receive the verdict. You probably don't want to pick a sentencing date at this time. You want to probably consult with, your people, and then I don't know if there's going to be a pre-sentence investigation request or not.
We can let the court know that next week.
Okay, so in the meantime, we will, set the hearing, for the sentence enhancement facts of Tuesday at 9 a.m. and Wednesday at 9 a.m. And those will both, be scheduled in the court calendar for all day. Mr. Christians, will be transported on, so the transport's already in for that.
And then it sounds like perhaps the jury would be encouraged to come back Tuesday afternoon. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, so I would have them report to them before excusing them for the day, to have them come back on Tuesday afternoon. So for anyone who, for you in the audience, you should know that the juror's service in this case is not complete with this verdict. They remain under service to us in this case, and so all of the pretrial orders remain in place regarding no contact or images depicting jurors in the case. And the order maintaining their identification as numbers based on our prior numbering system remains in place. Anything else that we need to put on the record?
Thanks to the court.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay. So please remain seated. Mr. Christian will call Mr. Christian.
Yeah, you
I'm Raynell. I'm the Leap Day lady. I live in Kaiser, Oregon. I was born on Leap Day, 1960, so I will be 15 at 60 this year. I started a birthday club for people born on February 29 in 1988. The club is now blossomed into what it is now at leapyearday.com.